Starts recording. What's up, YouTube? This is Teemo Ren, and this is Teemo Ren's Epic Video Log, episode 12. And today, I actually have some good news. Things are starting to move forward in my life. I'm going to be looking at an apartment on Monday, and hopefully, if this place gets back to me, I'll be looking at another one on Tuesday, and I'll be able to pick between the two of them on which one I like. I'm going to be hopefully moving in on at the end of next week, which will be either the 2nd or the 3rd, hopefully, if all goes well. And it's going to be exciting. I mean, granted, I'm not going to have much furniture, so my videos are going to look even weirder than they already do. I apologize, my hair is a little unkempt. I'm kind of in the middle of a recording spree here because I want to get some videos up and ready to go for the next couple days, so I can focus on finding a place to live and getting everything set up. In my previous video, I had a comment from Fragmansolve. Check him out. I'll put a link in the description for his channel. He's an awesome guy, by the way. He asks, "Hey Teemo, so what sort of support does the government offer for homeless people in the U.S., and is it possible to get employment if you don't have a home?" Those are great questions. And it's a two-part one. What sort of support does the government, first off, sort of support does the government offer people in the U.S. that are homeless? They offer Section 8, which is a subsidized housing thing. I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but Section 8 will help you with paying your rent, especially if you have a really low income. You only pay about 30% of your income, and it's usually lowers rent substantially. Say apartment's $800 and you make $500 a month, 300, 30%, so your rent would be about 100, 150, 160, about 165, 170 for that apartment, and Section 8 pays the rest of it. There are a lot of other services. There's also HUD, Housing Under Development. I'm not too familiar with that one, but I know they do help place people in the homes that they can afford and do more of what Section 8 does. There are a lot of other resources, and I will be adding links to the description for people to check out. And for the question, is it possible to get employment if you don't have a home? It is. Most places, they have a day center attached to them, like here in Lafayette. They have Lafayette Urban Ministries, and I'm unfortunately a little unprepared because this question just came in right before I was getting ready to film this video. Give me one moment, I'm going to look it up. They have a day center called Lafayette Transitional Housing where you can actually get your mail delivered there and use it as a mailing address, which is what most employers want. Down in North Carolina, where I stayed for a few months in a shelter, a lot of places would actually hire specifically from shelters to help people up. I apologize hitting the microphone with my cup. I want to make sure I keep myself hydrated. Alright. I know that in North Carolina it was very easy to get a job, especially at places really close to the shelter, and it was actually encouraged to get jobs there because and the employers there loved it because the employees were very quick to get to work when they needed to, which meant it was win-win for them as well. People got jobs, they got reliable help that was living pretty much right next door. Zaxby's down in North Carolina was one that hired a lot out of the veterans shelter that I was staying at. I hope those answered your questions, Air Fragman. Others, no. Discrimination homeless. I'm going to start that series, even though nobody's really asked any questions about that specifically. Discrimination against homeless people is one of those things a lot of people don't talk about. It's a very difficult thing to think about. And when they think discrimination with everything going on in the news today is color upon color violence, people discriminating against religion, but homeless people are looked as subhuman because they're in a rough spot. The assumption is they're either alcoholics, they're drug addicts, a combination of the two. They've been thrown out of their home by their significant others. And a lot of times that isn't the case, especially in the shelter I was staying in North Carolina. These veterans just came back from doing tours and stuff like that, and they got dropped off in North Carolina, and they plan on going back to their families. So they just need a way to recover first from the traumas of war that they've had to deal with. So when you see people on the street that are homeless, don't assume it's because of drugs, alcohol, and other negative things. There are so many reasons that people can become homeless, and it's not just because of addiction. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to ask. If you have any comments, please leave them in the bottom in the comment section of the video down here. And for now, this is Teemo Ren signing out, and we will continue this discussion as I get questions. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful life. Teemo Ren signing out.